The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why dost thou sit upon my grave and will dead lips to speak? Why dost thou weep upon my grave and will not let me sleep? My breast it is as cold as clay, my breath is earthly strong, and if you kiss my cold clay lips, your days they won't be long. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk. When will we meet again, sweetheart? When will we meet again? When the autumn leaves that fall from trees are green and spring up again. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Bloodied Fields finale. Finally. I am, of course, the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
I am Zachary Naldra, he, him. I can be found on the interwebs as @ZachRules, and tonight I'm playing Brother Jacob of Clan Akata.
Hey guys, I am Astrid D. You can find me on KoFi, Blue Sky, Instagram as either Astrid D or there's an asterisk. I will be playing Record Priscilla this night.
And I'm Beetle Spock. You can find me on pretty much anything, almost all social media with Beetle Spock. And I will be playing Trevor Daniels of Clan Gangrel.
And I thank you all for coming here. It's been a little while since we last did this, and that's on me, my fault. Sorry about that. I thank you, Astrid, for bugging me so that I could remember to do it. So let's go through a summary as we go through this. It is winter still, getting close to spring. You were sent by Prince Jackson to go up to this town. Actually, I got to look up the town name. It's been that long. I forgot to make my note on my town name. To Harfield, Indiana. A missing ambassador with a message that he needed. And you were to go there and find out what happened to him and get that message. You did get the impression that he didn't give a shit about the ambassador. He really gave a shit about the message more than anything else. But after a trip through the Goblin Roads, where you, Brother Jacob, encountered a supernatural being that did not like having scripture quoted at him, a demon of a sort, you arrived in this town only to find, well, A, navigating anywhere is very difficult. You get lost too easy. B, you can't leave. C, the people willingly or blood dolls pretty much the entire town. And there's some fucked up shit going on in the cornfield. As you explored the cornfield that night, first, the group broke up. Brother Jacob went to the library as we had a Nosferatu Caleb here with everybody, along with Trevor and Priscilla, went into the cornfield where they found the cornfield was full of hostility, the whole place itself, with an underlying need for blood and hunger. And while wandering the cornfield, they found a scarecrow that, well, it had a fox with its jaw sewn closed on a cat, which had its jaw sewn closed on a mouse, to symbolize the circle of life. But in the mouth of the scarecrow was a pig's heart that Trevor happened to have taken, and I'm not aware that you've ever put it down. I think you still have said pig heart.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating object.
If you say so. The magpies in the town, while acting strangely, were even stranger when you went into the cornfield, because there was a large amount of them on the hawthorn bush that told their Nosferatu, feed the land and become one with us, which would have made me run and screaming in fear, but you can't leave, so it doesn't matter on that, does it? So Caleb, of course, decided to feed the land with some blood, which in the end allowed the magpies to fly off and lead them to the Judas tree. And it was at this Judas tree, well, it was at this point, Jacob in the library found out the Judas tree was referenced as a possible tourist attraction, though it turned out a number of the town were upset that it would be sacrilegious if they did that. And the pastor who supported that idea of using it as a tourist attraction died a year later under mysterious circumstances, possibly killed because of the sacrilege of what he was doing. And with his research in that library, most of the missing disappear in spring and fall. I don't even think that was the strangest thing. I think the strangest thing Brother Jacob found was walking to the graveyard and finding out it is one giant fetter, the entire place. But it was here where the group finally reunited and found the Judas tree with sap that is the color of blood, where obviously it's been harvested by somebody through the little boreholes in the tree. And for some reason, Priscilla, I still will never understand why, decided to taste the bloody meat-churned earth and found she got sustenance from it, which, of course, caused Brother Jacob to also eat the bloody meat ground. I'm still in awe of that. And then Trevor, climbing the tree, had his feral weapons grow without his choice, without his deciding to do it, which caused the sap to get on him, which caused Trevor to get sleepy. Then this group, they had a busy night that night because they went and dug up a body in the graveyard to find a perfectly preserved body with no blood. It almost looked like they were sleeping, even though the age of the body should have been well into decay. Then they decided to try to confirm that by digging up more bodies. I don't think Brother Jacob agreed with that much time spent digging up bodies. But in the end, they found that other bodies were the same way. And upon trying to return to the hotel, it was discovered that Priscilla and Brother Jacob no longer got lost in the town. Is that related to them eating the bloody earth or not is the real question. But they no longer have to worry about that. And upon returning, they looked in the room of the ambassador to find it had been cleaned up. Though Brother Jacob did a premonition and saw a clearing of the Judas tree with 4 bats around it as the magpies circle. And 2 of the bats begin to attack each other while the magpies chant blood. And his premonition ended with his beast speaking, "You are mine now, come to me." That is where we left off. As the sun had set and daylight comes, I want to know where everybody was sleeping that night. For reasons, it's important.
So just a reminder how room was set up? It's just a hotel room, like 2 beds and
There's 2 beds in it. The shutters were nailed closed. There's no way for them to be opened. I think also, I believe it was Zach hung curtained or sheets over it to make sure even if something happened to the shutters, they won't let light in. I believe it was Brother Jacob who did that. So it's a pretty secure room as far as you can tell. The other 2 nights you slept here, it was fine.
I think I would have tried to use the bathtub.
Was it you or Brother Jacob who liked to sleep in bathtubs?
Brother,
One of us was.
yeah, Brother Jacob has been doing his pre-sleep rituals in the bathroom. And
Okay.
I mean, if you want to crawl into the bloodied bathtub with Jacob, you can.
I'm fine. So yeah, I'll take a bed. I mean, things seem to be shut up tight.
So Priscilla, where did you decide you're going to sleep?
She's going to go to the other bed, but under it. She'll make sure the quilt is hanging over the side, everything like that. Just a little extra added layer, couple layers of protection.
And Caleb, being the creepy fucker he is, decides to sleep propped up in the corner. Because, he was a creepy fucker. Just in general. So as the night comes to a close and you go through the dawn, I have to look something up. I forgot to look this up. Anybody off the top of their head remember the rules for being woken up in the daytime?
Humanity.
Oh,
Just a straight humanity, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think. I'm
I
going
think
to double
stamina
check.
comes into play.
Does what come into play?
I think stamina comes into play.
I'm checking real quick here. I know
Like
it's in the
stamina,
book.
resolve, and humanity, something like that.
Let's see. I know I'm asking for being let down. Finding it indexed in the book correctly. I know I'm asking a lot, of course, because it's not listed there. That would make sense.
Mama said humanity roll.
Yeah, I know. I think it has something to do with humanity, but there we go. I'm pretty sure I find it here, in theory.
Awakening during the day, the vampire blood becomes quiescent, even gelid. Awakening during the day requires a manual roll at difficulty depending on the level of the crisis. Fire or other life-threatening situation is a difficulty 3. An urgent message or decision is difficulty 4. An inconvenience to deal with is difficulty 5 or higher.
Okay. So you make your humanity roll. Yep. Number of dice equal to humanity. I'm not telling you the difficulty. It's not fire, though.
Does hunger figure into humanity rolls?
No.
We use hunger dice for that? No.
No,
Okay.
not hunger dice are not used in humanity rolls or willpower.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. We're not allowed to use willpower.
No,
or
you can't willpower from this one.
Right.
Oh, I'm halfway to a crit.
Too bad you didn't get the other half.
It's okay. I got a total of 4.
Okay.
All right. So how do I do this on
On fantasy grounds?
fantasy?
Let's see. You have 8 humanity. So the easiest way to roll it is to right-click the die in the bottom left, grab the left click on the 5, and then right-click 3 times. And you'll have 8 dice in your hand. Then you can throw those in the chat window. It's quite handy.
Oh, that's pretty cool. 1, 7. Okay, I got 8.
Sometimes I use that rather than trying to hit the little dots to roll with because it's faster.
I got
3.
6.
Oh, you
I got
got
7.
6?
Yep.
7. Dear God. Okay, Astrid, you do not wake during the day. For brother, not yet at least, not till they try to wake you. Brother Jacob and Trevor there is, you're sleeping the sleep of the dead during the day, but something is off. Something doesn't sound right. There was a noise there shouldn't be. And as you shake the slumber, Brother Jacob, you're in the bathroom. You just know something's wrong. But for you, Trevor, you wake as Caleb's body's being drug out of the room by 3 people.
Well, can I? What do these people look like? Are they?
They appear to be human. Look like farmers.
I get up and like, what the hell are you doing with them?
Shit! One woke up. Get him!
Oh crap!
And as they're dragging the body, 3 other guys come through. Brother Jacob, you hear that? Someone's gonna have to go shake Astrid to wake her. Or she's under the bed. Someone's gonna have to scream really loud to wake Astrid.
I'm going to actually
wake Priscilla. Sorry.
Right. I'm actually going to turn into a mountain lion.
Okay, you're going to shape change. That's your action. Brother Jacob, what are you doing from the bathroom?
As Brother Jacob opens the door coming out of the bathroom, he'll just kind of kick the bed that Priscilla is in.
Or under? Okay.
Under.
So Priscilla, you'll wake up next round groggy but awake. You got 3 farmers in the room as you come through the door, Brother Jacob. All 3 of them have got, they're needles, but they're not people needles. They're rather large farm animal needles with a red sap-looking substance dripping from the tip of them. You've seen that sap before. It's the same sap as on the tree that made Trevor very sleepy.
I am going to just tell the first one, whoever's closest, just to forget why he's here.
Cloud memory.
Yep.
Okay, so that guy's going to spend a whole turn trying to figure out what the hell just happened. For those that don't know, combat, you can use cloud memory to essentially lock one person down permanently the whole fight. Just keep saying cloud, you forget every turn, and they spend a turn trying to figure out what's going on constantly. It's an underrated power for that, let me tell you, because they get no saves. So one guy's just standing, he drops the syringe and just is stupefied. And the other 2 are coming through the door. They're kind of getting in the way of each other because Caleb's body was being drug out. But they come in as Astrid's clawing out from the bed. Trevor's completed his transformation. So now you've got 2 humans there. Let me go around and figure out, Brother Jacob, are you going to keep cloud memorying this guy to hold him there so that you can keep him out of the fight?
I mean, yeah, we got equal numbers and a mountain lion. We should be able to handle this pretty quickly. So that
I do want to like at least intimidate them a bit more, like a
mountain lion. I think is intimidating just by existence of being a mountain lion.
Correct, but I can add a little bit.
Let me tell you, mountain lions are no joke. Priscilla, as you come out from under the bed, you're groggy, but you know something's wrong. You've seen the syringes. You know this is bad shit. What are you planning to do?
Still kind of coming out from under the bed. It's kind of like this weird crouch position, just like by nature of coming out from under a bed. So she's going to go ahead and take advantage of that position, activate Fleetless to get to the door, slam it shut, get her back to it, fist up.
Okay.
Let's roll that bounce. And it passes.
So as you do that, the 2 humans, they seem to have an issue with a mountain lion. So you have no weapons. Give me either strength brawl or dex brawl, Priscilla. You can pick one. It's totally up to you.
I would like to use dex since I activated. Wait, hold on. Actually, how many? Yes. That would give me 1 additional dice, although my dex isn't viable. So yeah, if you would allow it, I would like to add my celerity dice using dexterity in brawl.
I don't think you can use celerity dice for combat situations or celerity.
It's V20.
Yeah, that's only in V20 you can do that.
That's right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the strength brawl. It's still a nice pool for me. Okay, so 2, 3, 6. I know I already activated Fleetness, but would I be able to activate Prowess in this instance?
No, you can only activate one per turn.
Got it.
Unless Prowess is a not an activated one. Let me double check that, because if it's a passive, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nope, it's inactivated, so you have to wait till next turn.
Okay. I am spinning a willpower. Hot damn. That's 5 successes.
They're obviously farmers who have never learned to fight. One of them throws a wild haymaker that you just ignore because he's not even got close enough to hit you with it. The other one comes a little too close as he tries to swing at you, and you rear back and hit him hard enough that he's right on his ass. They rolled horribly. Thank you, you're any. I blame him.
He just slides and hits the wall, I imagine.
Yeah, he's just down, just crumpled. Trevor, are you going to just roar, or are you going to jump on one of them?
I was going to, but I think I was. Yeah, I guess I'll jump one of them, but I don't want to do it too hard because I think she pretty much got it.
Let me pull up my abbreviated SPCs because you're a mountain lion.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yep. So your attack is going to be 6 dice by default.
Okay. Did a 5.
Let's see what you get. I already know what his defense is. Actually, his back's to you because he turned to Priscilla. His defense is 1 die. So if she hadn't shut the door, they might have tried to run from a mountain lion.
Looks like 3.
Okay, 3. You jump on dude's back with your claws, just tearing him up. What +1 damage? So that's going to be 4 damage because of your margin. Mountain lion claws are lethal. You managed to tear his back to shreds, and dude, you're pretty sure just got killed. Between your teeth biting his head, biting his neck, and shaking as your claws tear into him, you just ragdolled this sucker to death. You just have one standing there who's looking around, stupefied, going, "What's going on? What's happening?" Because Brother Jacob is keeping him standing there, forgetting.
Yeah, I think
Brother Jacob is going to take the syringe out of his hand and push him onto the bed.
Okay, he dropped the syringe, so you just shove him to the bed. Okay.
Do either one of you want to deal with our missing teammate?
Do anything else besides attack in this lion form?
As a mountain lion,
you could chase down. You could chase down the others who just dragged a kindred compatriot out of the ring.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's got to open the door for you, though, because you can't open the door. Priscilla's in the way. I'm pretty sure Priscilla can open the door to let you out.
I traded my thumbs for claws. So
yeah.
I mean, she, for reasons, has an understanding of gangrel, so she'll pick up that the mountain lion wants to leave, and she'll open the door, and then she'll actually Fleetness is activated, but like quick step, she'll run, grab the quilt real quick, and like try to kind of like hold it up around the door area in case there's any like light coming in or something, because I mean it's the middle of the day.
Yep.
She's not about to follow him out. If he wants to go risk running out into sunbeams, that's all him.
As you step out into the hallway, thankfully there are no windows on this because it was an old house that was turned into a hotel. You're thankful on this one. But the first thing that hits your nostrils in the hallway is you can smell the mixture of corn, blood. This smells like the cornfield. You have a sharper nose in the mountain lion form. And you even get bits of smell off muddy boot prints in the hallway floor. But there's no sign of where Caleb was. Nobody's in the hallway now. Completely gone, that quickly, gone. As you sniff down the hallway, you follow that trail to a stairwell, but you can see light shining in the stairwell itself. So it's up to you if you want to brave sunlight to go into the stairwell. But
No.
as it stands now, you see the muddy boot prints going down. And based on the smell, you probably know where they came from.
I'll make my way back to the room and like paw at the door like I'm knocking.
As you come back in, Brother Jacob, are you going to bind the guy's wrists with bed sheets or pillowcases or some shit, or just leave him on the bed?
I mean, he's essentially forgotten what he came in here for if this was successful.
He knows why he came in here. He just forgets the last 5 minutes before he came in. So he forgets everything after entering the building, essentially.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell him a story about how his, and point to his 2 dead compatriots here, and that the others were unsuccessful and are in the bathroom. We ran out of room to hide these 2 bodies. And if he would like to join them, he's more than welcome to do so. But if I'm right, he's not he has forgotten the fact that his friends snatched
that is definitely forgotten
and got away. So he doesn't know that they succeeded. And the attempt is to make it seem like he failed miserably and that he will join his dead compatriots if he doesn't talk.
Okay, so you can give me, what do you want to roll for trying to convince him? Brother Jacob is not the most convincing of people,
no,
I've got to say.
So I'm going to say to charisma and insight, I'm trying to pick up on what he's to kind of turn him into a vibe check.
Okay, go ahead.
And I am going to surge charisma successfully.
Okay. What is it with Caleb in this town always disappearing?
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. He stares at you. Death doesn't faze me. I'll be reborn. Star Child has assured me I will be reborn.
No. See, no, that doesn't work. Only Christ was reborn. You will go to heaven or hell based off of your actions in your life, and that is not for me to judge. I'm sure you know how well that'll work for you.
The harvest God is all that matters. Your blaspheme won't help you. You will be sacrificed with the other.
I can most surely assure you that there won't be anything left for you to be reborn from, should you not cooperate. And you didn't get our compatriots, so there is no other to be sacrificed. So I'm not sure.
We
what
got
you're
him
talking
before
about.
you arrived.
No, there weren't any others that came. But you're just talking nonsense now.
Oh no. We got them last week. You were this week's sacrifice.
So the sacrifice has already happened then.
One.
I thought, wait, make me mind. I'm not.
More are happening. You will be taken. You must serve the harvest God as all do in this town.
So the harvest God wants kindred to be sacrificed.
Star Child has said the harvest god wants blood, and this time he wants more of your blood.
He wants blood and more of our blood. And those of our blood, presumably, wouldn't be reborn because they're sacrifice.
You will not be reborn. We will.
I will not be the sacrifice. Jacob is going to grab this man by his hair and pull his neck back, head back, exposing his neck, and drain him.
Okay.
I'm glad you are, because Priscilla was this close to doing it.
You can completely reset your hunger by draining him dry.
I am then going to bite my wrist and shove it into his mouth.
Okay, so first of all, you immediately lose 1 humanity.
Yep.
And as the blood dribbles into his mouth, who would have seen this coming, everybody? The man starts to struggle at first, and his eyes begin to widen, and he begins to try to struggle off the bed. You've seen this before, the frenzy that comes when you were first embraced, the need for blood.
Familiar with this, Priscilla's going to go ahead and pop Daunt, just as a precaution. I mean, it pretty much only protects herself, but hey, girl's got to do something.
You can hope it works against a frenzying beast.
Once he is up and nicely frenzying, I'm just going to release him by throwing him into the bodies that we have there.
The blood is cold, but is not yet congealed. So that is still viable for vampires to drink, at least until it congeals. Then you need Iron Gullet. And he just,
Maybe I'll get that.
his ravenous self just tears into the bodies. Tears into them. And it takes a few minutes of this brutality as sleep is pulling at you and him. And as soon as he's done feeding, he just stops moving. It's daytime. The frenzy is over. He goes to sleep immediately. You're feeling the urge to sleep, but the scene is still continuing, so I'm not going to make you re-roll again to stay awake. But you know it's daytime. You're going to have to sleep soon.
I will change back into Trevor.
Okay.
So, what made you do this? I'm just curious. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, but just
As a mortal, he was not on our side. As a Canite, he may see things differently.
Not to mention the amount of control we now have not over the situation, but the individual. We have a lot more cards to play now.
I guess. I'm just hoping his faith in this harvest god is so strong that I don't know.
The harvest god does indeed need a Canite.
Here we go.
We just gave them a willing sacrifice. Or unwilling. However, we choose to play it.
All right. Let's see how this works.
So how is your plan to deal with the rest of the daytime? You know he'll sleep till night. He's a brand new kindred. He's not capable of waking in the daytime after he's fed.
How big is this guy?
He's a farmer, so he's kind of stout.
Yes, I'm gonna drag his body and prop him up the door as paperweight. If they come back in, they can talk to him first.
And if they open the door, the sound of him falling over will be pretty good to wake people up, won't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So as the daylight pulls back at your limbs, anyone else doing anything before you let daytime sleep overcome you?
I'm going back into the bed. I think you had a good idea of going underneath, but I'm still gonna go on top of the bed, so easier to get out.
I mean, if there was like a linen closet or something, just gonna move those bodies out of the way. At this point, Priscilla's willing to burn this place down.
Okay. You just go drag the bodies. You can stuff the bodies in the armoire there for clothes. You can just stuff them in there. They're dead. They haven't had rigor mortis set in. You can Jenga them into there, or was it Tetris their asses into there?
Like an overstuffed suitcase.
That's right.
Shove everything just right.
Yep, shove them right in there. And then the daytime sleep gets you. Now, he's a brand new kindred. It takes him a little longer to wake. And you all wake while he's still trying to shake his head clear. You've got a lot of experience of when night falls, you wake up. He's having some issues with this. But as you're standing there, he finally starts to look around. What have you done? You're muted, I think, Brother Jacob. We didn't hear you.
You had, I gave you an option. You didn't take it. So I gave you the second option.
Now I am to be blessed as the sacrifice. The God will want me more.
Tell us how this all works so we can make sure you're properly prepared for this.
We go to the Judas tree. There, this night the sacrifice will occur. And the God will be happy.
You had mentioned there was another one of us that you had taken before this night.
I don't know his name. We sacrificed him, taking him from the room down the hall.
Okay.
It's obvious he's talking to the ambassador you were looking for. They snagged his ass.
Where's his stuff?
We took it.
There's something of that we need.
You would have to ask Starchild. Come to the ritual tonight. Come. Stand in the glory of the harvest god. And you can speak with him.
Will everyone in town be there?
All the faithful will be there.
And how would they react to you in your new condition?
I will be sacrificed to the harvest god. The harvest god will be pleased and this town will be blessed. What better way to give back to my community? You can tell this guy is certifiably just loony.
Well, let's make sure you're topped up then before we send you off to be blessed. We want to have you at full strength. And he's going to offer at his wrist.
He'll drink from it. He doesn't know about a blood bond. Next counts as another day, so that's the second point of blood bond on him.
Yeah, it is.
Because a new day always starts with the setting of the sun. That is the point of a new day for a kindred. So, okay. We must go to the field. We must go to the Judas tree.
Immediately? How much time we got?
I am sure the ceremony is already beginning. The preparations are done during the day.
All right.
I say to them, I try to say out of earshot of the newly turned. I think they definitely have Caleb. And when I saw the tracks going out of the room, and I just smelled the corn and the blood. So
Brother Jacob's going to look at his child and So you didn't hear that. Forget about that. And since he is Kindred Town, I think I have to roll that.
Yes, you do. Because it's always resisted.
Yeah, that is a crit, 5 total.
5 total. Oh, I might want to roll them where I can see what the results are. Let me see. He looks back at you. We have to go to the harvest tonight. The ceremony was done during the day. It's time for the ritual.
All right.
Yeah, completely forgot it all.
Yeah.
As you step out in the hallway, Trevor, you point out the muddy boot prints. You can see muddy boot prints. Yep. Nobody's come by to clean the carpet yet, so there's muddy blueprints through the place.
Obviously, they're more focused on the festival than tidiness, so at least we know where to go.
Do you all want to arrive together?
That's a good question.
We came from the field. Star Child sent us.
Star Child. Did we get anything a hint of Star Child?
Never heard that name before.
I don't have any occult or else I'd roll.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you just follow the boot prints to see where they lead?
Yeah, I would.
When you follow them, they go down the stairs, go out the back of the building, and go out the back to the service area of the hotel. And there you see muddy tire tracks that lead towards in the direction of the cornfield. You'd guess by the wheelbase, maybe a van, maybe a truck. It's something. It's not a car. It's a little wider than that, a little bigger.
Do we need any prep before we go into this? Or are we just gonna go straight towards this tree?
I'm gonna go ahead and turn dawn off for starters.
It fades anyway after a scene, so. Okay. So you're standing out, everyone's outside looking.
And I'll let this my child, whose name I haven't bothered learning yet,
He never gave you one.
lead us right to the cornfield.
This way. Come. You must. You come. And he takes you out down the street. Now, of course, Brother Jacob and Priscilla, you don't get lost at all. You don't have an issue navigating. Trevor, normally, every time you've tried to get anywhere, it was confusing, hard to follow. But you're in sight of Priscilla, Brother Jacob, and this farmer. You don't have any problems getting straight to the cornfield. And as soon as you get to the cornfield, come, follow. And dude immediately runs into the cornfield. And then you lose sight of him because he bolts into the cornfield.
Children these days. So
now you can see the tire tracks in front of you where they drove this vehicle into the cornfield.
Oh,
the corn isn't disturbed, which is disturbing as shit, but the tire tracks are there.
I was gonna say that'd be a nice direct path, but I see we can try to follow the tire tracks as far as we can detect it. Or try to find the newly turned, if there's any more hints of him.
I mean, we're pretty much, as you said, we're not getting lost. How difficult is it to find this Judas tree that we were directed to?
We have been there.
And you know, from certain points in the cornfield, you can see the Judas tree, not from here, but in certain points, you can get glimpses of it. And if you don't get lost, as soon as you get a glimpse of it, you know you can go straight to it. Well, you can follow the tire tracks. It's up to you.
I mean, yeah. If we got tire tracks, might as well follow the tire tracks.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that and then have Trevor between the two of us, just in case.
Trevor's gone. Trevor is here. Sorry. The guy was Robert,
right.
was the farmer's name, by the way. Yeah, keep Trevor in between you two, because otherwise it could be bad. As you follow the tire tracks, you finally come to a van, stopped. It's a windowless cargo van, and it stopped in front of a hawthorn tree. A hawthorn tree that Priscilla and Trevor have seen before, covered in magpies, but tonight it is not. There's little ribbons still tied to it, fluttering, all wind damaged, aged. They're in tatters. But you're at the hawthorn tree, and from here, you can see the Judas tree in the distance. Brother Jacob, you've never been to this hawthorn bush, I should say, but it's covered in just little strips of red ribbon, yellow ribbon, blue ribbons tied to the branches of it that have been in the sun and outside in the weather enough that they've all become tattered and rotted in places. There's very few new ones on it. And the ground everywhere you step is damp and almost muddy.
Would there be anything I could pick up from an intelligence and occult roll on this thing?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is this mud still meaty?
Yes.
Okay.
2.
Hawthorn, in and of itself, is associated with sex, death, and a wealth of superstition. It's steeped in a lot of traditions. I don't think it has to do with sex in this particular case. But if there are this many ribbons tied to it, there's a lot of death been honored on this little bush.
All right. Going to make a note of that and just kind of continue on towards the Judas tree.
As you all get closer and closer to the Judas tree, you can start to hear chanting. At first you can't make it out, but as you get closer, you hear the chanting of blood, 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 blood. And as you get close enough to finally make out what you're seeing, the Judas tree is ringed with people, all of them wearing a scarecrow sack over their head. For Priscilla and Trevor, it's very similar to the scarecrow you found out in the fields that night. All of them wearing it. And there's a man with long blonde hair standing up on a stump. You've been to Judas tree. There's no stumps there, but there's a stump there. And he's standing on it with his arms raised. And behind him, there's 4 sacks. 2 of them are wiggling and moving as if people are in them. Right here, everybody, we're going to go to break. We will see you in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the Windy City break. I know that series is over, but it's good music, so just listen to the music. See you in 10 minutes. And we are back. Before the break, they were attacked in their hotel room. Caleb the Nosferatu was taken. Brother Jacob created a child. Still shocked at that one, but it's good. I like it. Good story. And now they're in the cornfield. They've crept up on this group gathered around the Judas tree. There is easily 36 people. It's not the whole town. I mean, the town's got more than 36 people, but there's easily 36 people around the tree with a man on the stump with long blonde hair with his hand raised, preaching. As the crowd chants blood, blood, blood. And there's 4 bags behind him. 2 of them are moving a bit, but they're all behind him on the ground. Now, you're far enough away right now, you don't think they notice you. You do risk discovery if you get much closer, but what are you planning to do?
Are there any extra bags to put in our heads somewhere?
No, there's no stack
Yeah.
of burlap scarecrow sacks.
I think we're just handing those out willy-nilly, but I had to ask.
Is there someone who's just out of the edge?
They are in a perfect circle around this Judas tree. Now, their backs are to you. They don't see you. What you risk is people on the far side or dude on the stump. If you get closer, now you could try to skirt the place to try to get a better angle so that at least Starchild's not looking at you. But it might increase your chance of being seen because all of them, they're looking at the tree, most of them, but when the ones you can look right at Starchild are obviously looking at him.
Yep. I am going to scry the soul on Starchild.
Okay. That's a good use of it. Give me intelligence all specs.
And I am going to surge. That is a success.
And it's against composure subterfuge, huh?
Three successes.
Okay. You have 2 margin on that. What do you want to know?
First, want to just get a sense of if Starchild is mortal or if he's K-Knight.
He's not kindred. You know that for sure. He's ghoul, but the blood, his aura is distorted in some way. You would say he's a ghoul, but the blood he's been ghouled with is not normal for some reason. But you would still put him as a ghoul.
And put it as a pwn. Cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I'll go with his emotional state.
He is in a state of ecstasy right now.
All right.
How about animalism for sensitive beasts? Can I that can possibly gain some possible supernatural insight on maybe more information?
Yes, it does. That you can do that. So
Alrighty.
roll sense the beast. Let me see here. It's let me pull it up so I know what it was. As soon as I can find the right character sheet. Got so many sheets open.
It is resolve animalism.
Yep. Versus composure subterfuge again. Why y'all got to go with the ones he don't have many dice on?
On purpose. So resolve animalism.
Yep. Resolve and animalism.
Okay, animals. Can I just animal
Yep. So first, the way to do it,
animal Ken?
no, animalism. Go to the other page of your sheet.
Yeah.
Click the plus by animalism.
Oh yeah, that.
Yep. Then go
Animal.
back up and drag the resolve die. Make sure resolve. There you go. I'll uncheck resolve. Just hit the plus by animalism and then drag the resolve die into chat. There you go. You got 2 successes, huh? There is no hostility in him at all. He does have a beast. It is a very weak beast, but he does have a beast of some kind in him. There is no hostility at all in him. What he is doing, there's no malice with what he's doing at all.
Might be thinking he's doing it for the good of his people.
And as you're standing there to watch, he bends down and opens up one of the bags and drags out. You recognize it's one of the 2 tourists that you met when you first arrived, the brothers. And he lifts him up, steps closer to the tree, and then slashes his throat, showering the tree in blood. And as he does it, he immediately shouts out that let the blood flow, let the ground be fed, let the harvest god drink. And then he just throws the body down.
Is there any sign of Robert, the new kindred?
Nope. It's entirely possible he can't navigate the cornfield anymore because he got turned kindred and hadn't eaten the earth yet. He could be wandering this cornfield for a while. Poor guy.
Oops.
What'd y'all do?
They shouldn't have run off like that.
He didn't know.
He thought he was chosen.
So what are you doing next?
Is there any farm equipment or any other trees in this area?
Just the Judas tree. And corn.
Okay.
Lots of corn stalks. As long as you stay back, you're pretty sure they won't see you because the corn stalks, it's hard to see through them.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and stay there. Makes my idea away. But it's fine.
Yep. I mean, it was a whisper.
See.
We saw the van back there, right?
Yeah, the van was left right there.
Was it empty? We didn't even check.
You didn't, well, the doors were open. There was nobody in it.
Okay, no.
I'm going to activate heightened senses.
Okay.
If they took one of the brothers out of the bag and slit his throat, then presumably he was still breathing at the time, right?
He was just unconscious, it looked like.
Okay. I am going to look at the other bags and see if any of them are moving.
There's still two moving. One not moving.
Okay. I'm going to kind of circle my way around through in the darkness and in the corn to get a closer view of the one that is not moving.
Okay, you can give me deck stealth. What is Priscilla and Trevor doing?
If he's doing that, we needed to make some sort of distraction. I mean, we get the van.
Yes. I think I demonstrated I'm not the best driver, but then again, if I'm
Me neither.
leaning down, that's probably going to be a benefit.
Surging decks
Okay.
I think we could mow the lawn.
successfully.
Sometimes we don't get lost driving through it, but
3 successes.
About that. Come here. Come here real quick.
sure.
Priscilla's just going to reach up, put a hand on your shoulder, push you down, eat. And to emphasize, she'll take her foot and kind of kick some of the dirt your way.
Oh God, that's actually kind of interesting tasting.
Give me a frenzy check. So in Fantasy Grounds, please just click the frenzy button at the bottom. 3. Okay, that's successful. You're good for now. You can resist just not gorging yourself repeatedly on it. But
Okay, that wasn't half bad.
it's sustaining blood. It's really nasty. I mean, it's dirty and disgusting, but
Lesson number 1, if I am going to adopt you, if we get out of this, don't be afraid to take calculated risk. You're welcome.
and as you all are talking about that, Brother Jacob, you're moving around. And as you get close to the bags, you said you're checking the ones that are moving versus not moving.
I'm now focused on the one that is not moving.
When you get to the far around the tree, nailed to the tree is a desiccated Caleb. But the one not moving, it's sitting there not moving. But as you get to check it, suddenly Starchild's head turns and he looks right at you. Join
Looking
us.
dead in the eye.
Join us. My God is great and magnificent. There's room for you at his feet. You may drink his enlightenment when it ascends to rule the night. Come, join us.
So
Did the rest of the circle see that, or just
They all look towards you. Not towards
Okay.
Priscilla and Trevor. They look where he looked.
Which
Okay, Priscilla, I was like, let's get to the van. Let's get to the van. And we're just gonna ram these guys.
About how much does Trevor weigh?
I don't know. How much do you weigh, Trevor?
About 160 something.
I know what's
Excellent.
coming.
I have 3 strength, so she's just gonna like whip a arm kind of like around her torso from the
What
side.
the, no, what? No, what? No, I'm like, what?
Yep. And she's just gonna soaring leap to get to the van quicker, and you land on top of the hood, and she just kind of sets you right down on the ground.
See, soaring
And she
leap.
slides in fucking style. I can't think of the word. Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
To the passenger side after soaring leap on top of the hood and dropping you
It
down.
takes 2 jumps. It takes 2 jumps to do it, but there's no rouse check for soaring leap. So she just jumps twice, and you're back at the van.
Steering you like a ragdoll.
So while they're doing that, Brother Jacob, are you going into the circle with them?
absolutely.
Come. Join the crowd here at the circle as we sacrifice. The sacrifice has started. We started with him. And he actually points at Caleb's desiccated body. And there is another now. And he bends down. You see him open up the bag, one of the moving bags. And it's the other brother who's kind of, his got tape on his mouth. His hands and legs are tied together. And he picks him up and starts moving him towards the tree.
I will help him drag this man over to the tree.
Okay. You're lucky, Trevor and Priscilla, the keys are in the van. They just left them there.
all right.
As you drag him to the tree, Brother Jacob, y'all are starting the vehicle. Y'all be coming here in a second. I know you're planning. You're planning to just ram into the crowd of people and probably hit the tree in the process.
Possibly the Star Child as well.
And Priscilla's gonna ask Trevor, do you want me to go on the hood and act as sort of like a catapult once you have impact? Have me sort of jump in and start to just fucking wreck shit? Or do you want me here giving you like emotional support?
I mean, kind of like, I think you did really good. If you want to just do what you think is best, just go up and top and just, and I'll Evil Knievel and just
out, dressed and all, I mean, I established before, she has really like old makeup on, like her hair is not really well kept. She doesn't care if she gives you a panty flash if she goes up to the roof through the window.
All right. Okay. I shut the car and I'm just gonna go and
Let's go.
So, Brother Jacob, as you're there with him, he cuts the throat of this kid immediately, just pulls a knife out, slashes the throat, and the blood showers down on the tree. Can you not feel it, brother? Feel it. Feel the power. And Brother Jacob, this close to it, when the blood hits the tree, something stirs in you. Something powerful. You are in the presence of something. You don't know what it is. But you suddenly can feel the eternity. You can feel the power pulsing from this. And you kind of like it. Because eating this earth never comes back to haunt you, right?
No, never. It was only a blessing from the Lord.
Do you feel it, brother? Do you feel it?
I can feel it. And he is going to kind of enunciate that a little bit more and kind of put on a little bit of show for the people watching around the circle.
And the ones around the circle are still saying blood and blood as they shout. And as he turns to grab the next one, a not struggling body, and opens it up. This is, when you first came here, there was a girl named Kristen on the front desk. She is in the bag and comes out, unconscious, as he lifts her and heads towards the tree. And then you hear the roaring of a van. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is a muddy cornfield. The van has some traction issues. It's not going too fast. but you're roaring into the field, into the clearing. Trevor, do you have any drive skill? Even if you don't, give me dex drive.
Nada.
If you don't have drive, just give me a straight dex check, please.
All right. I mean,
Blood surge while you can.
5.
5. Okay, that's a damn for somebody without. Well, no, it double rolled dex. Nope. Just drag just the dex die. It double rolled you. It said dex plus dex. That's too many dice. Try again. We just drag the dex die.
I did.
Try again. See if it does a double because it doubled you.
Why is it doubling? Is it?
You may have to click the plus on drive and then drive the dex. It'll do it as a 0 roll. It was doing a double stat roll.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's better.
That's more plausible.
2?
2.
You come plowing into it. After you hit the first 3 or 4 people, you begin to lose control of the vehicle. The van slides sideways and slams into the tree. You pin 3 more with the vehicle into the tree as you slam into them.
All right.
That's actually perfect.
And Starchild, blasphemy. You have blasphemed this location. Now you must pay. Brother, help me purge these people.
Priscilla's already using Soaring Leap to get up into the tree, and with Cat's Grace, she's able to navigate it really well. And as she moves, she's just tear-rending at this tree to piss him off more.
Brother Jacob, give me a willpower check, please. Don't worry, Priscilla. You're about to have to roll one, too, for a different reason.
Oh, boy. Do you want me to do Strength and Brawl with my Potence bonus?
No, we don't need a roll for that. You can tear chunks out of a tree. It's a tree.
Okay.
Is this something that resilience will have an effect on? Or, I'm sorry, unswayable mind will have an effect on?
Sure, you can have 2 bonus dice for that.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. It's 4.
4. I will let you decide then. Starchild is urging you to help him defend the tree. You do feel the urge that the tree is a good thing. The harvest god is benevolent. But in the back of your mind, you're not quite sure if that's your decision or not. So I will let you decide whether you're going to help them or help your 2 kindred friend. Priscilla, you can give me a willpower because as you start tearing this tree, the sap that comes out starts to make you sleepy. So you give me a willpower check.
So
it's straight unspent willpower, right?
Unspent willpower plus, just straight unspent willpower, yeah.
So, Brother Jacob is going to do both. He is going to grab Starchild as if he is kind of pulling him and sheltering him from the wreckage from the car, from the chunks of the tree that Priscilla is presumably throwing on the ground.
She's tearing him into it, yeah.
And then he is going to bite and tear at Starchild's throat so that Starchild's blood is what goes
Feeds
onto the tree. Yeah.
I like that one. Priscilla, how many successes did you get?
Again, I really wish I could spend willpower because I'm halfway to a crit. That's 1.
Priscilla, as this sap hits you, you fall out of the tree in a stupor.
Marvelous.
Now, the crowd upon the van crushing, running over a few, smashing a few into it, they actually scatter. They may be zealots, but they're not stupid. Nobody likes a car barreling into what they're doing. It kind of terrifies humans, and they scatter all directions. And you see his brother Jacob rips out Starchild's throat because, I'll be fair, Starchild expected you to serve the tree because that's what he does. When you stepped in without fighting, he expected you to be serving as his blood showers onto the tree.
Brother Jacob will whisper, "You have bless the tree with your sacrifice.
And as his light fades from his eyes, because he was not kindred, I will be free. I am free. And the harvest god will be free in time. As he fades, you do notice he does have there's a satchel under his jacket. Very out of place. A nice high-end leather satchel.
That's mine now.
Okay. Trevor, you get out of the vehicle to see Priscilla on the ground. Out. Or kind of, she's half awake. She's kind of in a stupor. She can't really think. Brother Jacob has just sacrificed Starchild to the tree and pulls a leather satchel out from under his shirt. I mean, it's not a giant one. It's a big one. It's about what you'd see a courier carrying, a courier's type satchel. Mm-hmm. And they're screaming in the cornfield as people are running in terror because they're supposed to do the killing, not get killed. There's a difference. Turns out.
Is there a way where I can awake and try to get her out of this stupor?
You can try. She looks at you. She kind of is slightly aware. She's still got sap all over her hands, though.
No, it was a good try.
I was imagining she's half drunk, half stoned, and she's just looking at her hands how high was that? Oh, this is kind of rubs on our face. That feels funny. That feels funny.
And when you lick it, you fall asleep completely.
Oh, shit.
Get out.
Hey, brother.
Brother Jacob is now opening the other bags, by the way, while this is going on.
Okay.
The only one left is the non-struggling bag. The bellhop that you met the first day, he is in the bag. It looks to you like he's been beaten a bit. You would guess the pulse is weak. He's dying. He didn't want to be a sacrifice, obviously. Now, you could probably give him some blood if you want to ghoul him and help him out.
Yeah, he's going to get a little pick-me-up.
A few drops of blood, it'll stabilize him. He still won't be conscious for a while, but he'll survive.
That one gets me hungrier.
Oh, you can always drink more from there's blood all over the area and the ground. And
let me get a little taste of Starchild. What kind of mess he was on.
The blood tasted odd to you. Very odd. Definitely was kindred vitae in his system, but it's not like any you've ever tasted before. There was a vintage of age to it that is tough to identify. But it was. I'll give you the benefits of sanguine resonance, though, since you drank from him.
Yeah. He's already dead, though, right?
Now he is. You tore his throat out. It took him a little while to bleed out. It takes about 30 seconds after you tear a throat out before they finally finish bleeding out. Go unconscious in about 10 to 15 and then finish dying in about 15 after that.
All right. But he was a ghoul, so...
Yeah.
Let me just check something real quick here.
Definitely a ghoul.
Bloodhound.
He is a supernatural creature. So I will... Can I get down to 0 hunger?
Yes, supernatural creatures will let you go to 0 hunger.
All right.
It's supernatural or mortals that you kill. That's the only way to go to 0.
I have the flaw that it
Methuselah's
required.
thirst.
Methuselah's thirst, yeah.
Oddly enough, this blood is powerful enough. Yes, you're at 0.
All right.
This is unlike any ghoul you've ever touched.
Good
So to say, I could have used Bloodhounds to get the resonance, but you already said the resonance. Was there anything else I can do with it? Like, figure it out with Bloodhound?
You can smell the resonance, sanguine, lust, ecstasy. That's what the smell is.
Yeah.
I'll say the blood on the ground that you drink or that you ate, it has a resonance, but its resonance is devoid of all emotion. If you had oblivion powers, you'd get a bonus for it, but you don't have any oblivion powers, so.
Well,
All right.
what's in that bag?
What is in that bag?
There is a rolled up scroll with a wax seal that you don't recognize on it.
This is what we came for.
I mean, good. But how do we get it back?
Well, we leave.
Can we?
That is an interesting question.
I am normally against forest fires.
Can I make a roll to see if I can pick up on what we've learned so far to see what an intelligence and
Sure.
occult roll?
Sure,
maybe?
you can roll that.
And
You have some
This
extra
is-
insight now that you've
this
drank
is-
the blood, by the way, so go ahead.
this is the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything in this, inside this, around this Judas tree is all one big scene.
Okay. That is going to be 4 successes.
4 successes. You've eaten the earth, the blood of the earth. You've drinking Star Child's potent blood. You even had a dream where you walked once more in the daylight. You know
That
now
was uncomfortable.
whatever was built here, whatever was done here, something was imprisoned in this earth, trapped here. And it draws kindred to it. As long as one kindred remains in this city, none shall leave. All must go, or all that choose to stay must die for the others to go.
All right.
And you know there are 2 kindred in this city beside you 3.
There's 3. I have a little child running around.
Yeah, you have a
somewhere around
child
here.
running around in the cornfield somewhere.
All right. So, in order for one kindred to leave this town, all kindred must leave this town.
Oh,
Like, with synchronicity and everything, like one after the other. Like, do we catapult ourselves out in one big little shoot?
And the physics of it are beyond my understanding. I just know that whatever it is that binds this land, it's a all or nothing thing.
then we find what is binding it and unbind it. And I look at the tree.
You know, I think in tracking down the other kindred and just taking them out of the city, this town one way or another is probably going to be a little bit more feasible than breaking whatever it is that keeps knocking Priscilla the fuck out when she touches the sap of the tree.
But
That allowed Caleb to be strung up and carried off by mortals in the day
Didn't realize I was muted, but as you say that again, just serendipitously, Priscilla touches like the guard and just
What?
almost like she has a problem with substances.
But we hunt down and take care of the others, and then there's us left.
Then we leave.
And Priscilla, you are starting to wake up. The unrefined sap doesn't last nearly as long as whatever they do to it to refine it to make it really strong.
Yes, but does that count? If all the other kindred, that means only one of us can leave, because we are still technically kindred. No matter if we're a group or not, if we're all still here and there's 3 of us.
If all of us leave at the same time, if we get the other 3 and we leave all at once, we can go.
I'm very skeptical of that. I think it wants. I'm thinking it's going to want us to turn on each other.
Well, before it comes down to, let's actually try the way that we don't have to kill each other first.
Oh, yes.
And then, yeah. So let's go start rounding up. How's the storyteller? How's the van looking?
Yeah.
Because it lost control and it slid to the side, the radiator's a little busted from hitting people because I'm sorry to tell you this, but people fuck a vehicle up. But it's drivable. If it had plowed into the tree head on, it wouldn't have been. The sides bashed in pretty good, though.
All right.
All right, well.
I'm going to take Caleb down off the tree.
And when you pull him from the tree, he comes completely apart, just goes from desiccated to dust. The moment he is not touching the tree. Almost as if the blood on the tree and the sap was somehow keeping him preserved.
Well, there's one less that we have to worry about now, isn't there?
I would like to argue that the vehicle isn't the best option. I mean, because if we're in a vehicle, it's going to be stagnant and we won't be leaving at the same time. So let's just get all of us kindred together, put us in a line, identify where the border is, and do a 1, 2, 3 step.
We all can't run as fast as you.
Well,
So getting the fuck out of the cornfield is the priority.
Yes.
Once we get
One
to
step at a time.
Once we get to the town limits, we can figure the rest of it out.
All right, let's find your child,
on in.
some dirt, and get to it.
All right.
First, you've got to find your child. How are you going to find that in the cornfield? He's here somewhere.
I'm going to really hope I do well with some heightened senses.
Okay. You can wits awareness that. I mean, Trevor could try tracking him as a mountain lion, but I'll tell you the truth. The amount of blood and gore in this place, I don't think you'll track much other than blood and gore.
Yeah.
Priscilla's just going to go ahead and pop off, kind of raise her voice a little bit. Come here, little boy. Daddy wants to talk to you.
That's a
All has to
critical.
see you, but I love the concept. It's great.
That is a critical. I'm still doing the math on it. That's 7 successes.
So you're going to look out. You see movement in the corn in the distance. From standing on the stump looking, you can see at the top of the corn stalks, and you see where there's some rustling in a cleared area in the corn stalks.
I'm just going to whistle real loudly.
The rustling stops, but you don't see it coming towards you. But you know exactly how to get there.
Fuckers. Gonna start trotting out towards it.
Okay, does Priscilla and Trevor come with you, or are you all going to just stay there at the Judas tree?
Do you want him just to deal with his? Or do you want?
You know, the more we stay together, the quicker we could get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Stay together.
So you
I'll come
follow
with you.
into the cornfield. I like that. Good idea. The clearing you come to is a scarecrow clearing. There's something wrong with the scarecrow. First of all the stuffing is all over the ground. There's magpies in every inch of the clearing. And the scarecrow's, it's got a bag over its head, but its clothes, the raggedy clothes it wore, are on top of farmer clothes. Farmer clothes you recognize. It was the farmer clothes that your child was wearing. Robert the farmer, as he's perched up on the scarecrow's pole. You don't see anything tying him to the pole.
I am going up to the scarecrow and removing the sack that is presumably over the scarecrow's head.
His face is pale, not a hint of blood showing in it. It's even beyond the vampire pale. And all those little magpies, the almost mimicking blood over and over. And you realize that all of their beaks are damp with blood.
All right, well, then that's one less we have to find.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, I'll offer a hand to each. I can expedite this.
Are we gonna jump?
Hold on really fucking tight and I'll take care of it.
No.
Okay, this is going to be
What's the
fun.
charm?
I got 3 strength and I can blood surge to make it 5.
It's still getting around the town. The vein would be useful for that. We can just drive. We don't have to jump all over the place.
I mean, like I said, it's synchronicity. It all has to be instant. It can't be like a boom, 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 boom. Okay.
We still have 2 more to pick up before we get to that point.
Yeah.
And there's the deal with
You'll realize your Super
premiere at
Mario
the
dreams
hotel.
at some point.
the thin blood or whatever it was at the. I don't know if that really counts as one.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know how this cursed town works, if the thin blood counts as one or not. But for sake of expediency, driving around the town to gather those 2 up is going to be better than hopping around like.
Yeah, but I mean, it's already been established that if one or some individuals try to leave, we basically get rubber banded back in. So
So we have to go get the other 2 before we can try to leave.
At the same time,
Let's just get.
count. Okay. I'm not voting. I don't want to vote.
Let's. Yeah. I think a car is going to be much better, honestly.
Brother Jacob will drive out of the cornfield and to the hotel.
Okay. To hell with this field, right?
Yeah.
You can just drive right through it. Trying to find real quick. Hang on one second. That's one I'm looking for. Perfect. The 2 other kindred in the city was Lydia, who was the Toreador, and Emmanuel, which you don't know what they were. But they're the 2 other kindred in the town. So where are you driving first? As you come out of the town, it's nice to get on dry ground where the tires aren't slipping and sliding and threatening to be a problem. But when you look back, by the way, the corn doesn't show the van drove through it. This is the strangest corn. As you drove over it, it sprung right back up behind you.
Lovely. We're going to go to the hotel and talk to Lydia.
Okay. As you're driving through the town, it's nighttime. There are 1 or 2 people, and you have to drive past the diner. There's a lot of people looking at the smashed side of the van. But other than that, nobody seems to say anything. And you don't get lost at all. Isn't this nice?
That's lovely.
As you pull up to this hotel, it's the hotel, and I had it written down, and now I got to move it. I got so many windows open. It's killing me here. Hotel Harfield. As you pull up front, Lydia actually comes out. Oh, there you are. I was worried something happened to you.
I mean,
I do have a question. Why are there dead bodies in your room?
Shit hit the fan. We've been figuring things out. Get in. We'll talk on the way.
Lydia, we have much to discuss, but you can come with us if you would like chance to rejoin proper Canine society.
I was banished here by Prince Jackson.
Well, when
Can't
Prince
exactly-
Jackson hears how well you've done to help retrieve the item that was lost, then he may have a change of heart.
Do you really think you can get my banishment lifted? You found what you were looking for?
You found it for us. Is what the story will tell if you assist us with expediting the town. What do you say?
You do know there's a problem with leaving this place, right?
Yeah, I think I found a way out of that.
Yeah, we figured it out. Hop in. We can move and talk. We're burning moonlight.
You'll get me back in the good graces of Jackson?
To the best of our abilities.
We will, yes.
I'll be honest, I'm so tired of this damn podunk town.
I bet.
The feeding's nice, but that's the only good thing about this place. They didn't even let me take my books with me. Sure, I'll go with you.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So what's the way she gets in the van? What's the way we get out of here? Why are you driving this? Don't you have a van that got fixed? You did. You drove in here in a van and they were fixing the roof for you.
Yeah.
What was on hand?
Is our van fixed?
It's parked out back.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's do the better van.
Enough.
When you go to look at it, it's obvious that they just welded plates over the opening, but at least it's not ripped asunder in the top anymore.
Uh-huh. All right. Ready to go see Emmanuel.
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, that asshole.
I hate that guy.
Well,
Okay, well, you know he's at the biker bar where he always is.
Yeah.
So you
You must be sick of this place too.
you head down to which one was it? It was that's not the motor shop. I got it noted here. And the biker bar, I forget which one it was called. The Last Chance Saloon. There we go. Got it open. And as you pull up out front, there's about 12 bikes out front. Same big dude on the door. And as you pull up, Lydia looks at you. I can't go in there. They won't let you in if I get out.
How about this? I'll stay here and keep you company, sure.
Oh, that's fine. I just know that if I get out the vehicle, those guys won't even let me in the place.
Just curious why. Did they just do you have a
I'm
grudge?
Camarilla,
Oh, okay, that's it.
or as he puts it, I'm one of those tower fucks.
Hmm.
You know,
Then how were we able to go?
did you tell him you were tower fucks?
good nuts.
No.
I've made no secret of it.
And we must make a secret of it.
Can't make it a secret of something that you haven't been willing to come forward with.
Look, I already heard you all went to visit him at one point, so I'm sure he let you in once, he'll let you in again.
Yeah. I'm sure.
We'll see.
Like I said, I'm gonna hang back with her. I have a feeling if I have to put up with her misogyny, I'm gonna delay things. We don't need that right now.
No.
Okay, so Priscilla stays in the van as brother Jacob and Trevor. As you get up to the door, the bouncer looks both of you up and down. Hold up 1 second. Just wait here a second. He sticks his head in the door. Manuel, visitors for you. You okay? And you hear something come back. Sure. Go on in. When brother Jacob and Trevor step in, Emmanuel's sitting there. He's got his cell phone like this, and he's talking into it as he's holding it up. And as you coming in, yo, Emmanuel, I got business to conduct. So peace out, everybody. And he hits something on his phone, and he puts it down and looks over at you. What's going on?
Manuel, I imagine your stream is not, is that what, am I saying the right word for that? Is that,
Yeah,
it's a stream.
I mean, it's going to take it like 3 hours to finish uploading, but yeah, got bad signal here. It takes forever to get anything uploaded. It's horrible.
I would like to come back to civilization where it can upload in 30 seconds.
Why would I do that? Why would I leave this place when I get to be a big fish in a tiny pond? I don't want to be a tiny fish in a big pond. Look, I got my boys. I even get visitors coming to see me. They all know I'm in the spooky town with the old graveyard. I even do some ghost hunts once in a while just to keep my followers happy. Why would I leave?
Why were you sent here?
I wasn't sent here at all.
You came here willingly.
I was moving around, came here, noticed that people let me feed whenever I want. Don't have any problems with that. Jesus, you know how hard it is to find a place like that where, all the feed I can get? I can drink whoever I want, whenever I want. Nobody says a thing about it. Why would I leave this? This is fucking paradise for us.
Great question.
So now you're on board with sticking around.
I'm on board staying right where I'm at.
How long have you been here again?
Couple years.
Interesting. And you don't know what they do to our kind, right? Are you well aware?
What did they do to our kind? I've been here the whole time. Nothing's ever happened to me. Sure, I know that they snag up tourists every once in a while or malcontents, drag them out in the field, whatever. Not my problem. As long as I get to eat, I'm good to go.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like a great time until, they drag you out of your room and string you up to a tree and desiccate you to dust.
Now, this place is real hospitable to those they consider members of this town. I don't expect to have that problem. I guess outsiders probably shouldn't be here then. I'm far from an outsider. Ain't that right, boys? And a bunch of the bikers in the bar. Yep. This is our town, right? See?
Wow. Let's just look at Ball Jacob.
This is your town. Why is somebody outside fucking with the bikes?
On that note, storyteller. May I have an aside with our little companion?
Sure.
What was her name again?
Lydia?
Lydia.
Yep.
Right. So Priscilla's watching the time. Eventually she just kind of looks at her and goes, "Hey, this is taking too long. You wanna do a little heathenry? Don't worry. We are a little secret. It's Snowy Tower."
Like what? What do you got planned?
Something tells me, like most anarchs, they're gonna be stubborn, they're not gonna see logic, they're not gonna see reason. In this life, it's every person for themselves. In life, just as in death, this woman have to stick together. There's plenty of things around this place that can sort of fire. I can make very sure that you get reestablished within the tower of Chicago. You don't need them. They don't know who I am. And that's all well and good. Stick with me and I'll do better for you than what they ever could.
What are you planning to burn?
She just points at the biker bar. This is taking too fucking long. I have a problem with patience. You'll find out if you get out of this.
Aren't your friends in there?
I never said they were my friends. Come on, you know how this works. There's a little job that the friends, the Premagen don't want to take care of, so they can grab the people up that are less. These things, these coordinates, they never last. They're situational. The situation has changed.
I will point out, as storyteller, the letter you're supposed to deliver is in Brother Jacob's possession.
Damn it.
He never did put it anywhere else. He kept the satchel. He said he's keeping the satchel. So guess what?
He didn't even say what it was. He just says it's what he's looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Priscilla doesn't know this information, or else she wouldn't be like, I'm impatient. Fuck this. Fuck them. Let's go.
Look, we can't just burn this down. What if your method to get out doesn't work? Then we got to explain why we burnt the building down.
As far as we know, everyone that is us, blessed, if you will, has to simultaneously go over the border. We take the lollygaggers and we take the nincompoops out of the equation. That's fewer people we have to organize.
Wait, you're saying we all have to go?
Yeah, and it has to be all synchronicity and everything.
Oh, you're not going to get that fucker to leave at all.
Yeah, and they're probably, going back and forth and, the whole thing of you're just going to get in the loop. You're going to waste your time. We're probably going to fall today, rest in this fucking vehicle and get burned out because we're waiting on them.
I don't think I can just be burning a building down. There's too many innocents in there. I just can't do that.
All right. Just know if I meet my final death in this place, I will ensure that I am your problem for the rest of your existence. Am I clear?
No, look, that's some fucked up shit. And this town's been good to me. Sure, I hate the place. I want to get out of it, but these people have been good to me.
Okay.
So what were you saying, Brother Jacob, about their bikes?
Yeah, did you see my question in chat?
Let me see. My chat got buried in Windows. Yes, you do. You never said you got rid of it, so sure you have that.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say loudly that someone outside is fucking with the bikes.
And Emmanuel didn't get
Emmanuel.
up, but half the bar gets up and starts to move out front to go check on it.
I'm gonna give Emmanuel a little poke.
Oh, no, this is interesting. You give him the full syringe worth?
If I can, yes.
I mean, it's a syringe. Once you jam it, it's just a matter of squeezing. I like where this is going. It's fucked up, but I like where it's going. So let's see what you can roll to kind of slip this on him. Dex stealth sounds good to see if you can stab him before he notices you're pulling this out.
And I am going to rouse Dex. I get hungrier.
Man, I didn't think you would have kept the syringe, but you never did say you got rid of it, so you did carry it with you.
And you know what, just for the fun of this, I'm going to spend a willpower to re-roll in case this is going to take some more. Then so that is going to wait 4 successes.
4 successes for a giant dose of the refined sap.
Yep.
Now, you know it makes Kindred sleepy.
Yep.
Which I'm not sure you do know, Emmanuel is not a full-blooded Kindred. Manuel is a thin blood.
I suspect as much.
Most thin bloods don't have vampiric fortitude. So when this full dose of this refined sap goes into him, first his eyes roll back, then he convulses, then foam starts coming from his mouth. He got enough successes. I don't think anyone noticed you poke him. He just started doing this. And then he falls out of his chair, convulsing.
All right, we got to get to... Where's the hospital? We got to get him out of here. Grab his legs.
What fucking happened? God, get in, back in here. And Priscilla, you're outside. You see the guard on the door runs back in. The bouncer, he runs back in.
Come on, again. Grab his legs. We got to get him to the hospital. Let's go.
All right. I go rub like the legs.
As you pick him up, the body just goes limp.
Okay.
Yep. I'll still keep on going with the flow.
It's dead weight.
Yep, dragon. I'll get his upper body. You get the lower body. We'll drag him to the van. We got the van. We got the van outside.
Shit, you got a van? Fuck yeah.
Help us get him in the van.
Priscilla, as you're setting in, you see him come out carrying this body. And the bikers are worried because dude just started convulsing. They didn't see the syringe move. Good thing you got that many successes. So you're dragging this guy they open up the door. What the fuck is she doing in there? They looking at Lydia.
That's your concern right now?
Fuck, you're right. Man, can't let something happen to him. Just get him in the van.
Yep.
You put him in the van. It's clear his body's already cooling. You've just killed Emmanuel with this sap. This stuff is not made for mortals. This stuff is made to sedate kindred. You sedated his ass right past sedation into permanent sleep.
Okay.
All right.
We just toss him in the back. Like
shit, man. The nearest hospital is like 50 miles away. God, right, you gotta hurry.
Yeah. We're going. Hop in the driver's seat.
And a couple of them get on the bikes to go with you.
Uh-huh.
And they're gonna try to follow you. Of course they will.
I'm gonna wave one of them in front of me.
Okay.
Lead the way.
And they start driving off out of town. Heading south towards Chicago.
Yep.
And you follow in the van. And as you pull out of the town, the mist enveloped the whole van. And once again, you're caught in these goblin roads, this place that doesn't make sense, that doesn't feel right. A thickness in the air. Your GPS starts acting weird, saying you're going different directions. You've turned when you haven't. But unlike the last time, you don't drive back into town. You continue on the road. And Lydia looks over. Holy fucking hell. That worked.
Yeah. We found the hack.
Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
She looks over.
Most definitely.
And spits on the body. Now, she's kindred, so she spits blood on the body, but she spits on the body. Fuck that guy.
Not even worth the nourishment that he could feel as blood.
Called me fucking a tower fuck. Constantly causing problems. And as you are setting off to Chicago with a letter in hand, you all have the privilege of being the only ones who have survived one of my miniseries or one-shots.
Holy crow. Or Matt in this instance.
As the first time this is ever I played a game with you, I think I set the expectation high for if I ever join again.
Normally I kill everybody in one-shots and miniseries out of general principle. But you were creative in finding ways out of here. Lydia was the easy way out. Lydia does not want to be here. Emmanuel would never have left. Yeah, mamas, what the fuck in chat?
I was ready, like, we're going to have to turn on each other so only one of us leaves.
Right, I was ready for the
Highlander style. Highlander style. And I was going to turn into my, my Grangle bat form so I can fight one of you guys.
The premonition was right. The two bats were fighting against the others. That was Brother Jacob's deception before he fed Starchild to the tree. Didn't say that they kept fighting. It just made it look like that. That's a premonition. They always come out right. Premonitions are always right. You see?
It's just another word for bard time.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever do another one, I'll gladly die to make up for this one.
Well, we still have a 16 episode miniseries.
Oh, yes.
Please,
true.
everybody, join us on our Discord. Before I go into that, join us on our Discord. The cast of this comes from Discord. All of our shows you see on this channel come from members of our Discord. And I mentioned the 16 episode miniseries that's going to be coming up in September, I think is when it actually starts. There'll be a casting call going up for it after the Dune casting call is closed, which means at the end of this month or the very beginning of next month is when the casting call will open, as we do what's called Null and Void miniseries. Working title. 5 different splats, 5 different storytellers, 1 storyline over 16 episodes. It is going to cover vampire, wraith, mage, changeling, and werewolf, all in one big storyline of 16 episodes. So, I may kill everybody in that one. Who knows? But this is one of the few cases where one player didn't screw the rest, and Mama will know exactly what I mean about what got her killed in the last miniseries or last one shot. Nobody screwed the other over completely. Bad choices. And this time you get to live. So take that as a win. They don't get them often. Yeah, fuck that
I
guy.
feel like we all need pins now.
Yeah, well, we do have in the merch store. Check out our merch store, everybody. A t-shirt that said, I played in a
No, we're
McStabber
special.
Studios
We need
one
special
shot,
pins.
and all I got was this t-shirt. Or no, I died in a McStabber Studios one shot, and all I got was this t-shirt. But that doesn't apply
Be
here.
the
We don't
opposite.
really
Be
have
the
survival t-shirts.
Yeah, they're exclusive for just us 3. No one's ever going to be able to pay for it. It's
Mhm.
just for us 3. We're
It's
the
bragging rights.
club.
I hope you enjoyed this story. I know I am sorry for it taking so long to finish. And again, I will publicly thank you, Astrid, Priscilla down there, for reminding me we needed to finish it. So please, if you want to see our content, go to our YouTube channel. We've got not just this. You can see the first 3 episodes of this one. We've got a lot of World of Darkness stuff. We do a lot of World of Darkness. We've got Wraith, Demon, Changeling, Werewolf, Mage, Vampire. Man, then we do independent stuff. We've got Bluebeard's Bride, which Mama's run twice so far. Nighthawks, You'll Destroy Something Beautiful. The infamous Paranoia games where I started with the killing of everybody and have continued with Paranoia, because if everyone doesn't die in Paranoia, I fail. Computer demands death. That's how Paranoia works. Dark Ages, we have Vampire Dark Ages, where in the first 2 seasons, you will see Brother Jacob is Miguel. He's off this season. He's watching the city while the group went out to go see, meet Goratrix and meet Tremere himself. Because it's the Dark Ages. You can meet the real big bosses. I think Miguel's happy he didn't attend that one because they also met gargoyles. I don't think a gangrel named Miguel is going to be happy meeting the gargoyles.
That was my one chance to meet my father.
Probably, yeah. So catch our back episodes. If you want to see D&D or Call of Cthulhu, go to the Ishval channel. That is where Dr. Tiss, who streams with us, she puts all her videos there, and you can go check that out. And as Mama says, fuck Tremere, as she hated Tremere. Goratrix was very unpopular amongst the players, but they did have fun fucking up some Templars and trying to steal a fake Ark of the Covenant. So they had fun with that at least. Solid gold fake, because the real Ark of the Covenant is not solid gold, but they got a solid gold copy of the Ark of the Covenant. Miguel, when they come back to the city, they're rich. That's a lot of gold. But it's going to go in the church because every church should have a relic. And now they have an Ark of the Covenant relic. So I think Miguel's going to like that in the churches in the town, because there's a theme apparently with Zach Rules here. Brother Jacob and Brother Miguel.
He's got a space prepared for it.
There we go. If you want to catch some amazing content creators, check out our friends, Ravnos Archon. He is our mage storyteller. He'll be doing actually on Wednesday nights after a short break. Instead of Dark Ages coming back, Mage is coming back. So he'll be doing his brand new Chronicle of Mage, and then it'll be Changeling, and then it will be back to Dark Ages. But he's our mage storyteller, so check him out. There is talk he may be doing a werewolf Chronicle on our channel at some point, which, you know, hey, if you like Ravenous Archon, get in on that one. Let me see what else. RPG table, that's Junie Von Esch. You'll see her in our Dark Ages and our Changeling game, and Dune, which is coming up. There's a casting call open for Dune right now on the Discord. Play with Mama, me, and Ravnos Archon is the game master with Junie. We're looking for more people for the Dune Season 2. Last time I blew myself up, and I do mean I blew myself up. I used a force shield with a las gun in Dune, which creates a nuclear explosion on purpose. You know, you can make good plans about all this trickery shit. When I blow the whole city up, your plans come to nothing. Welcome to Shanky. So yeah, and check out our friends. Mischievous Red, she plays in Kansas City. She streams miniature painting and stuff, so you can check her out. Let me see. Let me go through support. Bits and donations, so you're aware. Bits and donations, they go to the players of these streams, not to the studio. So I do not take the bits and donations. The only thing that comes out of the bits and donations given to these players is the taxes. Because Uncle Sam taxes the shit out of me for him, which kind of sucks. So I have to take that out. But the bits and donations, they go to the players, not the studio. If you want to give to the studio, subscribe here on Twitch. They'll take half because they're assholes. You can pop over to our Ko-fi. If you watch on YouTube, you can support the studio at YouTube free. You like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon. That supports the studio, and it costs nothing but a little time. You don't even have to watch the whole video. That just pushes us up into search rankings. That's how YouTube works. We might make a whole $33 in a month if enough people do that. Most months, we don't even make that off YouTube. So YouTube is not a money-making affair. And none of this is money-making for us, let me tell you. So check that out. Now, schedule. What have we got going on? Well, Wednesday, there's no Dark Ages. We are on season break. We just finished season 3. There's no stream this Wednesday. On Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, it is Monster of the Month cereal game, which is run off the Monster of the Week cereal or system. It is going to be a combination now of Group 1 and 2. This is a serial stream, which means if you have not watched previous episodes, it don't matter. Each episode is perfectly contained as its own story, start, beginning, and end. So you can pick up at any point, watch any of them, miss any you want, and you still are caught perfectly up in the stream. So that is going to be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Kansas City After Dark. We are back with our Kansas City vampires. Last episode was an Elysia episode. You got to meet Katerina Rakoczy's brother, Rurik Rakoczy, which is a lore character, a fucked up Sabbat member. And, well, there was a lot of bantering in Elysia since it's a safe area. And if you wonder why Sabbat isn't a Camarilla Elysia, well, you'd have to watch Kansas City to understand the complications in that particular city. It is Kansas City, a domain divided, and it's divided just like the city is. So seriously, check out our Kansas City games on Friday. And next Saturday, there is no stream. Tiss is on break. That's why we did this today. But next Saturday, she is off. So that's what we've got coming up for the week. And now we'll go around and let people talk if they got anything going on. Zach Rules, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on. And of course, you got to link your website because I know you have one.
Hello, I am Zachary Neldra, he, him. I am found on most places of note on the interwebs of at Zach Rules. I am including my website, zachrules.com. There is going to be a link there that you can click on and see it. I have to update that because I've done released a couple new things since then. Speaking of which, I have a bundle for my on Drive-Thru RPG right now. For $6.66, you can get all my Storypath Nexus titles. Good until my birthday. You can figure out when that is if you can do the math. That is where you can find me. I have nothing else coming up because my real life is shit and I don't have time to schedule things.
And I do thank you. I know you're on break from Dark Ages, but I do thank you for coming back for this finale. Thank you for being there. It would have been rough with just Priscilla and Trevor, and I had you and Caleb up on the tree getting killed. That would have been rough. But so you're aware, if you hadn't been able to make it, Mama McStabber was perfectly fine to step in as an extra kindred if we needed a third. But we didn't need it. So Mama didn't have to get subjected, because if Mama was here, I probably would have killed her character. Because as Mama says, I have anti-bias against her. I don't give her bias because she's my wife. I murder her characters because she's my wife, apparently. She said, of course she would. See, she knows. She understands. Yeah. You can't show favoritism, so sometimes you got to show anti-favoritism and do bad things. That's all.
I
Priscilla,
exact same way.
Astrid, you got anything else going on right now?
Not presently as far as Twitch and everything like that goes. Hopefully in the near future, over on Hedgegoth Table of Horrors, there will be a Star Trek Adventures game going on where I will be captain of a Prometheus-class ship called Athena. And my race, it's a little hybrid that we've never seen in the franchise before, which is half Cardassian, half Betazoid. And she has a deep, dark secret that will be coming up throughout play, everything like that. So that'll be fun. Outside of that, I read tarot, I sell crystals, I have a spring cleaning sale going on right now. So if they'll let me, I'll put it in chat or I'll put it somewhere in the Discord for you guys to
Go
find.
ahead. You can put it in chat.
Okay.
And she's on our Discord as Astrid. Go ahead and, talk to her on her Discord.
Yeah.
That's what the Discord's for. You can talk to everybody here. Beetle Spark, you got anything else going on right now, or?
No, I'm not as active as my fellow kindred here, but I do have contributed to a few project books in if you play D&D. One is for Curse of Straw type of and one is for Feywild. So if you look up Nick Dadato and in DM's Guild, you would find what I contributed to. And I'm also I'm starting to transform my place into a voiceover side business. So look out for that if you're interested.
There you go. So as I always win these streams, I want to let you know, mental health, everybody, it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take your mental health seriously and take the mental health of others seriously. Check in on those around you. Make sure that your friends, your family, loved ones, hell, even people you barely know, check in on them once in a while, make sure they're okay. A lot of people are not okay right now. It is a tough time for a lot of people. And all it takes is a lifeline, a friendly voice, somebody to show they care that can help somebody get off the ledge that they happen to be on. And if you happen to be on a ledge or suffer from mental health issues, first of all, it's okay to not be okay. There is a stigma attached to mental health that there shouldn't be. There's nothing wrong with admitting you need help once in a while because we all need help once in a while. So first of all, that's important to know. It's okay to not be okay. And I understand if you feel you can't reach out to your own support network because a lot of people don't feel comfortable discussing that with friends and family. So in chat right now is a list of numbers. You can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There will be a professional on the other end of the line, and that professional will talk you off the ledge you happen to be on because mental health is health, people. And if you're not in the U.S., I know we have a number of non-U.S. viewers, and we have a number of people who watch our videos on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube or you're on not in the U.S., you can go to findahelpline.com, and findahelpline.com will let you put in your country of origin and get the mental health help you need. Because I'm serious, we need to take care of each other. I don't even care if you watch stream. You need to take care of each other out there. It's a tough time. Lost too many friends to suicide and mental health issues, and I don't want to see anybody else go. So I take that very seriously. And since Mama's not here, I will do her portion of the outro. Please get your vaccines, get your shots, get that taken care of. Flu season, RSV, those are all bad. COVID, it's not going away. It's still happening. We keep getting people at work to keep catching it. They're vaccinated, so most of them are doing pretty good. But I'd be afraid to see what's happening if they're not vaccinated because it's an issue. Damn it, get your vaccines. Measles is making a comeback in Florida. That's fucking horrifying. Okay. That vaccine's been around a long damn time. Measles, of all things. Polio was happening in New York. Seriously? Seriously. So please get your vaccines. And if you're not registered to vote, please get registered to vote. We got an election coming up. Research your candidate. And I never tell people who to vote for, but I will tell you, you should not be voting for the ones who are wanting to ban books, who are wanting to ban free thought, and who want to overthrow the fucking government. I am a veteran. I served the U.S. military, and people who advocate the overthrowing of the U.S. government are a particular problem for me. So do not vote for them. That's all I'm going to tell you. I can't make your choices for you. But also don't vote for the ones who want to dehumanize and make people in this country lesser than the rest. Because women's rights, women's bodily autonomy, that is a fundamental right that should not be taken away. Neither should trans rights, LGBTQIA rights. None of that should be taken away. So please vote for the group that is not trying to make them less than the rest of us. Please. And I do thank everyone for coming today and for finally getting to see this finale. Finally. And I will see you next time, everybody. Please. Oh, and by the way, 2 days until my birthday. I turned 49 on Monday. Don't buy me shit. Do not buy me a present. Go out, buy yourself something, buy your loved one something, and say it was for Shanky's birthday. I treated myself.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
If you haven't.
Treat yourself. Because if anyone says anything, tell them, look, Shanky told me for his birthday, he wanted me to treat myself. And you don't argue with a guy whose name is Shanky. Stabby time.
It's like my dad's mom always used to say, when I die, don't buy me flowers, take your family out to dinner.
That's right. So good night, everybody.